YouTube fam, how y'all doing? TM Nation, how y'all doing? It's your boy Tech Mo here again, back with some gameplay. I know it's been a while, guys, but I promised you more gameplay was coming, and here it is. And I know you're looking at the video saying it's almost 30 minutes long. Are you crazy, Tech Mo? But guys, this has to be one of the longest and most frustrating challenges NBA Live has had this year. Now this live challenge is for the Jordan 3 Atmos pack, and I can guarantee you guys, you are not going to see many people wearing these shoes on the court because this challenge is so difficult that most people will not make it to the end. So to beat the challenge and to get the shoes, you have to beat 5 different super teams, and you do it with either random players or people that you squad up with. And as you can see, these super teams consist of throwback Ray Allens, throwback LeBron James, throwback James Harden. They got all kinds of different overpowered players. But if you want the shoes bad enough, you'll try and get this done. So shout out to FhreshAsDeno1 and Brownhornetzzz. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Y'all balled out. But as you can see, this is game number 1. They got Big Shaq Diesel on the court. They got throwback Kevin Garnett. They got T-Mac. I mean, all the teams are overpowered, but this one was a little bit easier than some of the other games. But as you can see, FreshAsDeno, he's the first one to get us on the board with the dunk, and he has on the throwback Jason Kidd jersey. Me, I have my undefeated gear on because I ain't out here to take no L's. I mean, I have throwback jerseys as well. I have Bape, I got Pink Dolphin. I got pretty much every brand you can have in the game. But like I said, I got on my undefeated gear because I'm out here to get these dubs, nothing more, nothing less. And this challenge has been open all weekend, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I played this challenge for about 4 hours yesterday on Saturday, and I got to the 3rd game and I disconnected. And what makes it so bad is that, like I said earlier, it's not like you can pick up where you left off. You have to win the games back to back. And another thing that is really terrible about the way this is set up, say you're playing with a 5-man squad and one person disconnects or drops off or whatever. They do not replace that player with somebody else. They replace that player with a CPU that is like a 75 or 76 overall. They're gonna give you somebody that can't shoot, that can't dribble, that's gonna get crossed up by Allen Iverson, dunked on by KD. I mean, they're essentially useless. They're not gonna help you win the game. All you can do is hope that they defend whoever they're guarding and get you guys a couple stops. So EA, if you ever see my video, if you can fix one thing, please make it to where either you can pick up where you left off, or if somebody drops off, you replace them with another player, or if you're gonna give us CPUs, at least make them decent. I mean, give us at least an 85 to a 90 overall, so maybe they can score 2 to 3 points a game and not just be a placeholder. Because in these live events, it's essential that you have at least a decent team. You need to have at least a decent big man, a decent point guard, and then the other players need to be decent as well, but those 2 positions are critical because you have to have somebody that can rebound the ball. You have to have a point guard that can get the ball up the court without getting ripped every time. And it's very important that you have somebody that can shoot from the outside as well. Now, my player is not a shooter. He can drive to the goal, he can get dunks, but he's not a good 3-point shooter. Now, inside shots, I'm dead-eye with that. But as you can see, you don't get a lot of inside shots in this game. Either you're getting to the rim for a dunk or a layup, or you're shooting from the outside. And there's not too much mid-range in this game either. I mean, either you're gonna get a wide open 3 or get to the rim like I said, but there's not gonna be too many times where you're wide open for a mid-range shot. But all in all, guys, this game, as you can see, is close towards the beginning, but after a while, we're gonna pull away. They're just not enough. And as you can see right there, that was our 4th team member, the Kid 88 baby. At some point in time during this game, he fell off. I don't know if he quit or maybe he possibly got disconnected, but that is the reason why we ended up having 2 CPU players. But you guys just saw that. Shaq just went crazy. I mean, some of these players, the things that they do is just ridiculous. Like we had one game where AI was like crossing everybody up, dunking on 2 people. We had one game where throwback LeBron James from the Miami Heat was crossing people up, stepping back, hitting them with 3-pointers. It didn't matter if it was contested, he was just wet. But I'm gonna tell you, the most overpowered player that I've seen in this game so far is Kevin Durant. I mean, yesterday he was scoring like 25 of the 35 points. And I mean, it wasn't like the defense was terrible. I mean, it could have been better, but he was hitting 3 after 3. He was dunking on people. I mean, whatever he wanted to do, he was doing. And it got to the point where I was like playing yesterday, like, I don't know what we're gonna do with KD. I mean, I'm not big enough to guard KD. I'm like 6'6" or 6'7", I believe. So they never put me on KD. But the dude that was guarding KD yesterday that was on my team was getting cooked. I mean, nothing he did would stop KD. I mean, KD was in the kitchen wrist whipping like it's stir fry. And they even had a James Harden, I think in the last game or second to the last game, that played center. Like, he blocked my ball like I've never seen before. Like, I went up for a layup, he came over my shoulder and threw it down like it was nothing. And I mean, I had a lot of fun playing this challenge. Like I said yesterday, it was very frustrating because I couldn't really get on a decent team. Like, no matter what team you put me on these live events, I'ma get mine, you know what I'm saying? If we playing up to 21, I'm good for at least 6. I might go off for 10 or 15, but I facilitate as well. I try not to ball hog because, you know, there's nothing worse than you playing with somebody, they run up the court and either they shoot a contested shot every time or they drive to the goal and just get their ball swatted. Me personally, if I see that I can get to the rim and dunk on somebody, say there's not a center down there or whoever's guarding me can't hold me, I will, you know, I'll come up and then I'll drive to the goal and try to dunk. And I mean, most of the time my player will dunk on you because he has Hall of Fame dunking and his dunk stats are maxed out. He's a 98 overall, so he will dunk on you most of the time. But I mean, there's always those times where you go to the goal to dunk and EA puts you in an animation and makes you do some stupid layup that either gets blocked or doesn't go in. But as you can see, perfect game that time. We all did work. I mean, me, I had 18 points. PhreshAsDeno had 14. Brownhornetzzz had 2, but that's all right. You know, he's gonna hit some game-winning shots later. He's gonna make up for it. But as you can see, this is game number 2, and this is where the killer KD comes out. Now, I don't know if I got all the footage from where KD was doing the crazy stuff, but like I said, this KD, if you did this challenge, you know what I'm talking about. And then they got Wilt Chamberlain on the court too. Like, y'all got the dude that scored 100 points in a game out here playing with us. Random people. And I mean, he didn't do too much damage this game, but on the boards, he's a monster. And if you drive to the goal with something weak, he's gonna send it back at you. And they got Magic Johnson guarding me. I always have a difficult time when I have to play against Magic Johnson because he's a bigger guard and he's not, you know, small in size, so you can't just push him over or get by him easily. And for a guard, he sets pretty good picks. Like, I've seen him knock people right on their ass, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he's not a small guard. He has some size to him, so he's not a pushover by any means. And he can shoot the 3. I mean, he usually doesn't shoot it, but if you leave him wide open, he'll splash it every time. And again, on this team, they have a lot of shooting because they also have Larry Bird out there. You know, Bird is wet. So if you leave him open, sometimes even if you contest this shot, he'll still make the 3. I mean, he can't dunk that good or drive that great, but he can get to the rim as well. And he's tall, so he gets rebounds, and that's one thing that is critical to winning this game. You got to get some boards because if they keep getting offensive rebounds and kicking it out for them 3s, you are never going to win that way. So like I said, it's imperative that you have a good big man. Either you have a big man that is a stretch big so you can keep those bigger, taller rim protectors out of the paint like Patrick Ewing and Dennis Rodman, because you'll see later one of the last games has Patrick Ewing on the team and Dennis Rodman as well, and both of those guys, as you know, can block your shots and your dunks. But right now I'm feeling good, you know. I'm starting off 4 or 5. Magic Johnson really can't hold me right now. The last possession y'all saw, I crossed him up, went down there and dunked on him and looked at him like, yeah, little nigga, yeah. But as you can see, right now we're up by 7, but there's one point in time, I'm not sure if it's this game or one of the later games, we go down by like 9 or 10 points, and obviously we come back to win because we end undefeated with this team. And the main thing that will help you win games in this game is you have to be able to defend. And what I mean by defend is most of your players on your team have to be able to hold their man one-on-one. If you always have to use help defense, somebody is going to get open, and especially in challenges like this, they're going to find the open man, and 9 times out of 10, he's going to hit the shot. But that's 2 games down. As you can see, that's the play where I crossed them up, dunked on Larry Bird and KD. Get down. Y'all can't see me, man. And again, that game we all did work. I had 14 points. Fresh had 13 and Brownhornetzzz had 11. I mean, if we play like that, we deserve to be undefeated. That's solid game right there. But right now, this is game number 3. They got Hakeem the Dream. They got Dr. J, the throwback LeBron. They got Killer Clay, and they got Allen Iverson. I mean, that's a tough squad to beat right there. And again, we have 276 overall CPUs on our team, so we all gonna have to do work in order to get past this team. And I was a little bit concerned about Hakeem Olajuwon in this game because I have never played a challenge going against him. I know that he can't shoot from the outside that great, but we all know from his NBA days, he had crazy moves. He could get to the rim, he could do all kinds of spins and get to the goal and dunk or do a layup. And I didn't know how good of a defensive player he would be because he's tall, obviously, but I didn't know how good of a blocker he would be in this game. And that's a little bit concerning to me because I like to get to the rim and dunk or try to do a layup. And there's certain players in the game that it's very hard to do that against. Like one, for example, is Joel Embiid. Like it doesn't matter if he's around your shot, he's gonna impact it. And I've tried to dunk on him a lot of times and ended up getting rejected. Pretty nasty as well. So the first couple times that I go down the court, I'm really just filling the court out and seeing how the players react. Like you saw there, I got by him pretty easily and got 2 back-to-back dunks. So I see that I can pretty much do what I want to do with these players on the court. But after a while, the CPU does get smarter, so they will double team you if you get hot or if you start dominating the game. So eventually, you're going to have to get your teammates involved. You can't just run down the court and try to do everything yourself. It's not going to work out for you. But that's the LeBron I was telling you about, the one with the mask. He's a bad man. And not just on offense, on defense, I've seen him chase people down, take their ball off the glass and come down with it like nothing. And that's all cool because he does that in real life, so we can't take that away from him. Y'all just have to be aware he's a beast in the game as well. But like right now, I'm starting off decent. You know, I'm 3 of 3. I have 6 points of the 8 that we've scored, but we can't really get stops right now. And as you can see, LeBron is already hot and we're not even halfway through the game yet. So that's definitely a problem. We got to get the clamps on him really quick. And we make a couple foolish mistakes in this game. You know, we kind of lapse in our judgment a little bit. And I think we start getting down here. I think we go down by as many as 8 or 10 points. But of course, I'm going to try and save the day if I can. And I know that AI is a little bit too small for me. He's not as strong as a bigger guard like Magic Johnson. But I mean, he's quick as well. So even if you get a move off on him, he can still catch up to you and sometimes block your shot. And he'll splash the 3 like you see right there. That was my fault. I went in the paint to try and get a rebound or a block and left him wide open. And he's not going to miss too many many of those. But I'm not too much concerned about AI. I mean, I know that AI is good for 8 to 10 points any game, but I'm concerned about LeBron. And I see that we're going down by 8 points now. That is not an easy deficit to make up, especially when you're going against these super teams. They can run the score up on you very quickly. So I'm gonna clamp up and I'm gonna start doing what I can on offense, see if I can get to the goal for easy baskets, maybe kick it out to my big man because I know he's a stretch big and he can shoot. And as you can see right there, Killer Clay just dunked on us. I don't know how many times he's done that in real life, but he's out here posterizing people on NBA Live. And right there, that was my fault again. I gave up a 3 from Allen Iverson. He's just so quick. I mean, my guy's speed I think is like a 90. I don't know where AI's is at. It has to be like a 96, 97 because it seems like you could be right next to him and then 1 second later he's all the way on the other side of the court or in the corner waiting to hit a 3. And it's getting towards the end of the game now. I mean, right now they got 24, we got 16. My partner Big Brownhornetzzz hits a 3 and then Fresh comes down and hits a dunk. So now we're within 5. Now we're within striking distance and we can close this thing out. But it's really gonna come down to getting stops. Like I said, if you can't get stops, you are not gonna be able to be successful in this challenge. So I come down. Of course, I'm taking it to the rack over AI every time, but it's getting a little close here now, guys. At this point in time, I think I start sweating because I know that we can potentially lose this game. And it takes, no lie, at least 20 to 30 minutes for each one of these games. I think all of the raw, unedited footage for this video was like almost 2 hours long. So that being said, when you lose a game, it really feels like you just wasted 30 to 45 minutes of your time. But as you can see, we clamped up. You know, we came back. It's 30 to 31 now, and this is where I shine. Yes, I'm hot, so I took that shot. I know when I'm hot, the chances that it's gonna go in are much higher. So now we have the lead and I'm feeling confident. All we have to do is get a stop or 2 and we got the game in the bag. I feel confident that my partners will clamp up and keep them from winning the game. And I held my breath when LeBron shot that 3 because he had been wet all game. Fortunately for us, he did miss that shot. And then Fresh came down with the monster dunk, but we almost let Killer Clay catch us slipping and he would have put us away with that 3-pointer. Thank goodness that he missed it. So we have to put him away now because we can't keep playing with him. Fresh with the monster dunk. We got that game out of the way. We moving on undefeated. That was one of the more tougher games because like I said earlier, we were down by like 8 or 9 points. We had to come back. That block right there by Brownhornetzzz was big. It got me out on the fast break and gave me a chance to dunk on Killer Clay and Dr. J. And as you'll see here in a moment, we all did work that game. I think I had 20 points. Yeah, I had 20 points, 10 of 11 shooting. Brownhornetzzz and Fresh each had 8 points. I mean, solid play from everybody. Again, we are not gonna lose if we play like that, straight up. Now this is game number 4, another super team. Like I said earlier, you got Pat Ewing, you got Dennis Rodman, you got Scottie Pippen, throwback Steve Nash, and throwback Ray Allen. And I think that this game was pretty close for most of the game. I think that we pulled away towards the end, but having Patrick Ewing and Dennis Rodman down there, they have a lot of rebounding and a lot of defensive blocking just with those two. And I test out Patrick Ewing right there, and as you can see, it didn't go good for me. He did block my shot. I just wanted to test out and see how he would react. And like you see, he pretty much stands in the paint for most of the time. Now this is where it's good to have somebody you can kick the ball out to. Maybe 2 different people that you can kick the ball out to that have high 3-point ratings. Because with somebody like Patrick Ewing and Dennis Rodman down there, it's not going to be that easy for you to just drive down the lane and dunk on them. So the best thing for you to do when you're going against big men like that is to drive and then dish it out, and hopefully whoever you pass it to can hit the shot. But that was probably the nastiest play that I did throughout the whole 5 games. I crossed Steve Nash up and then finished it with a nasty dunk. I mean, that was just crazy all around. But I never said what I was wearing in terms of what's on my feet. Those are the undefeated dunks. You had to do the undefeated challenge in order to get those. They are legendary shoes, and I usually wear them because I hardly ever see anybody wear those. Most people wear foams or different Jordans, or some people wear the Currys, but me personally, I put these on because I don't think I've ever seen anybody else wear them. And they go along with the outfit perfectly. You can't see it, but they actually have the undefeated symbol on the back side of the shoes. But me, I think I have all the foams. I have most of the Jordans unlocked. I mean, my kicks collection in this game is crazy. I have all kinds of different outfits. I'll show you guys later what I have in my collection, but you can only have 6 different outfits configured at one time, and 3 of those outfits are gonna be for home wear, and then 3 will be for when you're playing away. Now with these live events, you're always gonna be the away team, and that kind of sucks because some of the things that you unlock cannot be worn for you to play away games, so that kind of makes it to where some of the things you unlock really are useless because you're never going to be home if all you play is the live events. But as you can see, we all did work. I had less points that game because, like I said, they had Pat Ewing down there, so I did more facilitating. I had 5 assists. That was the highest I've had all 5 games. And as you can see, this is the 5th and final game. I'm just praying that we get through this game and get a win. But then I glance and look at the overalls and see that everybody's a 99 except for one person, and he's a 96. At this point in time, I'm thinking that this is gonna be a cheesy game. This is gonna be the hardest game I've ever played. They're gonna be all kind of unfair, different tactics in here to make us lose, but it's a close game, but we do hang in there with them and eventually pull it out. And as you can see, I had to switch up the swag a little bit. Right now I have on the pink dolphin. I've never been in a game with somebody that wore the same outfit. The pink dolphin jersey, the pink dolphin shorts, and the pink foams. All I need is a pink pair of socks and I'll be killing the game, but I have never come across them, or I would have done the challenge to pick them up. But right now I have this outfit on because this is killer mode. This is put up or shut up. You gotta get it done. If you see me with this outfit on the court from now on, that means I'm playing no games. Give me the ball, I'ma get to the hole, and I'm crashing on whoever. Like you can see right here, I'm gonna blow by him, I'm gonna get to the rim, and I'm dunking again. 2 of 2, 4 points. I have my killer mode on. I'm ready to get this done and get my J's. And I can smell them at this point. As long as I don't get disconnected, I should be able to do it with the partners I have, because up until this point, they've all played great. We all know the CPUs ain't doing shit. But the 2 players that I had on my team, again, they came through in the clutch. They clamped up when they needed to, and they hit big shots and dunks. I couldn't have done it without you 2. But right now, I'm thinking like, we can win this game. You know what I mean? They do have overpowered players like all the other teams did, but they don't really have somebody that's a knockdown shooter like Killer Klay Thompson or Ray Allen. Like, they have LeBron that'll hit some shots, but I'm not too worried about the 3-pointers at this point in time. I am concerned about what this stretch dude is able to do, because I've never played against him in NBA Live, but I remember back in NBA Streets, he was a problem. And anybody that comes to the court with an afro looking like that, they must be a problem, because nobody's gonna pick you up looking like that if you can't play. It's a close game, what we expected. Right now, I should have shot that shot, but I passed it off and the CPU missed the shot, of course. Like I said, I don't think they hit one shot in each of the games that we played. And as you can see, James Harden just went Hulk mode and jumped over everybody and slammed it down. That's what I'm talking about. You never know what these players are gonna do. And we down by 3 right now. We can't let it get away from us, because like I said, it is very hard to come back once you let them get a big lead on you. And right now, I'm still trying to figure out this setup that they got, because right now it's kind of weird, the players that they pick, and I want to know what the best court course of action for me to take is, because I know that James Harden isn't the best defender, so I want to try and drive and then dish it out to my big man because he has hit threes before. And if the three is not there, I'll always drive it and try for the dunk. You know I will always take that no matter what. And right now, as you can see, we build a little lead. I get a little lax with the ball, and James Harden throws it right back at me. I told you, in this game, he is a beast. Defensively, offensively, you're gonna have to put up or shut up when James Harden is on the court, and we all know he is the cover athlete, so he's gonna be OP. But right now, we starting to feel good about ourselves, I think. Fresh got the nice steal and dunk. I'ma drive and see if I can find somebody open. There's nothing there, but I see my big man in the corner. He spots up. Bang! Perfect shot. Now we up by 10. And at this point in time, I'm just praying that I don't disconnect. That's the only thing that can keep us from winning the game is a disconnect. Another three, and that's it. Game over. I can smell my Jordan 3's. Give them to me. I need them. And as you can see, I got the play of the game. I think I got the play of the game 3 of the 5 times. And that's on the play when James Harden blocked me, but I got the rebound and went back up and smashed it. Kids, never give up. And that game, I had a perfect game, a perfect 100. We all did work, of course. The big homie Hornets hit a couple big threes. I had 12 points, and I don't know how many Fresh had, but he came up big as well. We all did work. And it's time to open up this pack and get my shoes I've worked so hard for. If you play this game and you see somebody that has these on the court, you know they put that work in. You know they had to beat all them super teams. These aren't some J's you can just buy, get out of a crate or something of that nature. You had to put that work in and get them off the muscle. So now what I gotta do is go to my outfit collection and find the right outfit for me to rock with these. And I got all kind of stuff that will match with them, but I wanna keep it undefeated because that's how we did it, undefeated. 5 up, 5 down, we got the J's, that's it. And as you can see, like I was saying earlier, I got all kind of stuff in my collection. I got that Bape, I got that pink dolphin, I got all kinds of Jordan. I mean, I want to stick with something that's gonna stick out and I'm not gonna see too many people wearing. Like you saw right there, I had the pink dolphin blue all the way down to the socks with the Weatherman foams. Ain't nobody rocking nothing like that, man. When you see somebody on the court with that setup, you know they put work in. But I tried out 2 different outfits. I ended up going with the undefeated setup with the jersey and the undefeated shorts, but the pants look tight as well. I might switch that out one day, but for right now, I'm going with the setup with the shorts. It definitely looks fly in my opinion. But that's it for this video, guys. I can't believe I've been talking for 30 minutes. Until next time, it's your boy. I'm out. Have a great day. Peace.